Today, I built Groot from Marvel Rivals in LEGO. Let's get started. After making the thing, I was searching for heroes to bring from the game into LEGO, until a comment on a recent video challenged me to make Groot. And with a bit of thinking and talking with a friend on call, I decided this would be a fun challenge to make with how one of his abilities worked in the game. With this new hero to make, I decided to start with the sketching. So I want to make his primary fire come out of his arm just like in the game, with it kind of looking like this.
What the hell is even that?
I also don't want to worry about the scale like I did with the Thing and Penny Parker, and just make it as accurate as possible. And with the planning of what I wanted to put in the build complete, I opened up Marvel Rivals, took some pictures of Groot from every angle, and asked my friend to hop on so I can take images of his primary fire. And with my friend's eagerness to help, I managed to get all the references I needed to get started on Studio. And like a day later, I managed to complete the whole thing. Sadly not knowing how to actually input his primary fire into his arm, making it a separate piece in the end. Even with no real ability of his coming out of his arm, I still thought that the design was pretty great. I mean, look at them side by side. Other than the reddish brown pieces on the design that did not come in the right color standing out, I thought it looked pretty good with the limitations I had. But while trying to clear storage in my computer one day, I somehow deleted the files of Groot and an unfinished mock of the spider payload from my files, even though I clearly remembered I only deleted the untitled files. And with me forgetting to take screenshots of the model beforehand, I almost quit making him for a bit, because of how impossible making him exactly how I did before seemed. But I managed to get the strength to redesign the whole thing over again. And this time, actually trying to implement the primary fire as a function in his hand. And with that, I worked on it the whole day, trying to memorize what worked from the previous model and use it in the new model while making some upgrades to it. Being able to shrink it down by a lot, making the hand design look completely better, adding small details in the model from the game, such as these little patches of dark red to be the mushrooms we see on his legs and arms, and using the right color of green, opting for this bright green color instead of LEGO's generic green color to match his design in the game better. And with my redesign complete and ready to go, I went onto lego.com and ordered all the bricks I needed, which took like 5 freaking hours, since I gotta search for every single piece by scrolling through each color palette, since I know the names of barely any of these pieces. Like, I thought this piece was called a cheese slope. And like a week longer of just waiting in my room, the package finally arrived. Before I show you the finished product, I decided to add one more detail to his design. I decided to try making that little ball he can throw in the game by mashing a bunch of random dark tan pieces together, ending up with this. But it didn't even look like a ball. So I decided to use this dark tan Lego head instead. And here it is next to Groot. He's around 15 studs tall, 6 to 7 studs taller than the Thing, and 9 to 10 studs taller than a minifigure. For his pose ability, I made his legs with the intention of letting his knees be able to bend back. But while making him, I had to make his knees as stiff as a board to complete the look of his legs, or you would be able to see his insides. Even with that non-existent movement from his knee joints, he can still move some parts of his legs, like his feet, which you can swivel side to side. His feet can also extend into a pivot for Groot to get into basically any pose you want, other than sitting. His arms can move a full 360, with him being able to spread it a pretty good distance as well. Now for the cool part. His arm can transform into a long root, like this, and it reaches pretty far. His head can move up and down, swivel left and right, and has studs all around him to connect things to him, like on his shoulders, where you could potentially fit another hero. Maybe for a team up? He also has studs on his arms to allow for the connection point between his arm and the ball. Here he is next to Penny Parker and her mech, the Punisher, and the Thing. And that pretty much does it for this video. Thanks a lot for not unsubscribing while I was away for so long. I've been pretty busy with school and this new hobby I've been working on, but I'll try to post more frequently since it's summer and all. Hope you guys liked the video, and instructions for all my heroes will be posted as videos soon. I don't really have a dedicated outro, so see ya.